Hi friends, welcome to my channel. So it's been a very good Deepawali, I think also for you. In this video, I will be explaining to you not just one company, but instead of that, let us have a Deepawali portfolio of at least five stock companies, five stock ideas I'm going to inform you. I'm also quite curious to understand maybe during the next Deepawali how these things would be really performing based on the strong fundamentals that they are having. Let us see how those things will really work. So now let us get into the first company which I am talking about. That would be West Coast Paper Mills. So it is, of course, a company from paper manufacturing. So they do different kinds of papers like stationery, um, and um, and also various other things. So let us get into all the different aspects that they are doing it. It might be quite interesting at this point of time to at least have an idea of looking for investment in this company. However, you have to do your own analysis because at the end of the day, it's about your risk and your reward. So West Coast Paper Mills, it's not a new company. It's quite old. In fact, it's more than 60-year-old company. 1955 it was established. So it is in my own state, Karnataka, near Karwar, Dandeli. This particular factory or plant is located. So what they are into, they are predominantly into manufacturing of paper, printing, publishing, all these kinds of, including packaging materials. I mean papers. They are doing it. So right now they do have different business units as well, like cable manufacturing and paper, but paper itself concentrates about 96% of their revenue. So let us not get into the other things, which is, however, a small part of whatever that they are doing it. Now, with respect to other things, that why I think this is an excellent company if we are looking for an investment from this Deepawali to at least next Deepawali is, we all know that because of COVID from last 2.5 years, students have not gone to school, and then even in offices also many people have stopped going there because of the work from home, all these things. But these things are coming back. Students are going to school, and then most of the people, we are also going back to the offices. That means we would definitely need stationery. We would definitely do the printing of various different papers. And e-commerce trend is, however, is going to be going big. During lockdown, during COVID also, e-commerce was a very big trend. Because of that, packaging material, packaging papers were huge demand. However, it's not going to go away. Just because we don't have that much COVID cases doesn't mean we do not order that much e-commerce materials, right? So they have brand called as Vesco, and they do a lot of premium products. So they were having an already a capacity utilization of 93%, which is excellent. Generally, in automotive industry or manufacturing, where I generally come from, any capacity utilization above 80% is, we generally consider that to be as awesome, excellent, great. So, and now we are talking about a company which is having a capacity utilization of 93%, which is excellent. And then we also need to understand various other things, what makes this company special. Like, for example, recently they have acquired Andhra Papers. Even that is also a good company. That's also a listed company. So they do have a major stake in Andhra Papers now, and because of that, they are having they have grown not only organically but also inorganic basis as well. It means all these things will definitely add to their revenue. It makes them far better. And I was going through the recent annual report this company has done it. So they are quite serious of changing and improvising through the new technologies in production. They want to get rid of old machines which are having a lot of breakdown. They want to implement the lean principles. They want to produce more paper, and they are doing backward integration as well. Because in paper industry, the one problem what we have is to get the raw material. Sometimes there will be a ban from Europe that they do not want to send their waste paper to our country, or these kinds of stupid things. Many countries will obviously be doing, and this particular company, they are completely backward integrated. I mean to say, whatever the raw material they want, predominantly 80 to 90% of that, they have it in house itself. So that means a captive facility, which is excellent. That means they will be not prone to the lot of import or export ban from other countries apart from India, and also they will be having good price stability, considering that the raw material they are doing it in house. Let's quickly understand various different fundamental parameters, and after that, other companies. However, I have done a separate video on those things. I would be quickly telling the company names. So why I feel West Coast Paper Mills is an excellent company is because look at this. It's a 4,000 crore market cap company. That means it is not that small, which however generally I used to propose in my channel. And then stock P is not quite high. In fact, if you see, in spite of having such a strong tailwind of coming back everything to the normal post-COVID scenario, still this stock is available lesser than 9p, which is excellent. And then ROCE 23, again a good value. Anything above 20 is good. And then other things like PEG, price to earnings growth ratio 0.02, awesome. Anything lesser than 1 is good. 0.02 is excellent. Book value in 5 years, generally I will be looking for companies which has doubled. So here it has doubled. And then operating cash flow, it has increased 75%. That means this is not a company just puts profit in their financial statement, but it also has a lot of operating cash flow as well. And then quarterly profit has increased more than 5 times. Again, excellent. And then promoter holding has not changed, and other parameters like net profit margin ratio has however increased. So it has become 19 now. In the last year, it was just 10%. That means it is quite visible, evident that tailwinds are already getting created for this company. And then ROEs are improved in the recent past. And then look at this P to S growth ratio. This is generally which I do follow this one. That means profit is jumping 10 times how much ever its sales are growing. That means this company is becoming highly efficient, highly qualitative. And that is the reason why market has also appreciated this company with 122% in just 1 year. And then other income is not so high, so there is no reason to be worried. Debt to equity ratio is 0.28, which is quite less. Anything up to 0.5 is decent. And then various other things. So now also let us quickly understand important graph. You see here 50-day moving average, 200-day moving average. This yellow line is well above 200-day moving average. That means the stock price is already trying to catch up the fundamental capabilities of this particular company. So it has got a decent correction. Now it has again moving back. That means stock price always, whenever it is above the moving averages, which is always good. You can see the crossover here, which makes this particular company excellent. So pros, this company has reduced debt, which is awesome, and it is expected to have a good quarter. Excellent. So there are also other paper companies which you can always look into, but I feel right now West Coast Papers is far better than the other companies. But however, it is up to you. You can take a call by doing your own fundamental analysis. You can see here how it has jumped. 500, 300 crores, 538 crores. We do understand it, right? This is the COVID period. Now look at this, 1,114. That means it has doubled. So this is what the kind of companies which we should be biased towards. The same thing has also happened for the profit. So pre-COVID, 104, good. During COVID, minus 47, that means it has turned out to be a loss-making company. And after that, in the last year, it has improved to 39 crores. Now look at this, 209. That means it has jumped more than 5 times. Lovely. So we have to invest in those kinds of companies where profit is significantly increasing uh, compared to its historical values. So if you see all these parameters, right, sales are increasing, no doubt at all, and then even the profit is also, net profit is also increasing. So what else do we want from any other company, right? So profit growth in last 1 year, it has almost jumped more than 6 times, and then stock price has just appreciated 122%. That means we still have a lot of room for stock prices to catch up. So it looks like at least we will be having more than double from here in next 2 to 3 quarters, but let's wait and see what's going to happen. And in fact, sales is also good. 60% growth rate for such an old company. It's lovely to have these kinds of figures. And then see here, reserves are increasing. Lovely. And borrowings are, in comparison to the reserves, not that high. Like, in fact, it was 700 before, 700 odd crores, and then 670. Now it is 400. That means borrowings are reducing, reserves are increasing. This is what we want. Operating cash flow, good. So there is a huge jump, and then this company is also investing into a lot of things for its future, which is also good. And then it is also repaying its borrowing. This is again awesome quality of any particular companies, and these values are not bad at all. Debtor days are improving, inventory days are also improving. That obviously means that that the company is becoming better and better over a period of time, and there is a huge external issue in its favor. That means we are coming back to the normal situation in the post-COVID world, which is excellent, which proves out to be great for this particular company. And in fact, promoter holding has also increased over a period of time. You can definitely consider this company for your analysis, and it's up to you. And then we will go for the next second Deepawali stock idea, which I'm going to tell. So these companies, however, I have done separate videos as well. This is one company I am extremely bullish on. EKI Energy Services. It's not just in the short term or in the medium term, even for a long term as well. So if you get a chance, you try to do this particular search in Screener. Out of all the listed companies in India, if some company which is having the highest profit for last 10 years, you would get this company in the topmost in that list. That means this is not a company which has grown for just 1 or 2 years. This company has almost grown throughout last decade. So that means there is also a huge tailwind for this company as well, because this company is into carbon credit trading. It's also doing a good job, in my opinion, reducing the global warming. And we investors, we need to be investing in these kinds of companies which are extremely future looking, high growth companies, and integrity of promoters are also appears to be excellent. So this is my second idea. In fact, I'm more bullish than my last company, like West Coast Papers, especially on EKI Energy. And it's not just for next Deepawali. In my opinion, EKI Energy should do well, not only for next Deepawali, maybe for next 10 years, or maybe, who knows, maybe for next 15 years also. In my opinion, this company should be doing well. Now let us go to the next idea, which I'm talking about, which is Lord's Chloro. So this is a controversial company, no doubt at all. There is a huge tailwind going on. That means Lord's Chloro is into caustic soda manufacturing. And for caustic soda manufacturing, what we need to understand is 60 to 70% of its cost is mainly from energy cost itself. And right now, energy cost is high because of Russia-Ukraine war, and Russia stopped giving fuel to Europe. And in Europe, some of the caustic soda manufacturing companies have lifted their hands, telling that in this such an expensive environment, how can we manufacture caustic soda? And right now, there is also a global trend going on after the COVID period, right? Like China plus one strategy. That means most of the companies in the globe, whichever was importing caustic soda, they are looking for India, because India is the only country which can replace China, or which can even replace Europe, whatever the capacity that they want. If you want scale, then obviously apart from China, you will have to come to India itself. So Lord's Chloro is having a huge external issue in its favor, no doubt. And in the recent past, there is a lot of stock correction that has happened. Why? Because there was an income tax surge that happened in this particular company. And however, company has declared that there was absolutely no problem in the income and in the income classification, whatever that they have done it. But however, in market, we need to understand some things, right? So sometimes there will be panic whenever there is a news like this, but as long as things are good, we really don't have to worry. Sometimes you have to take risk to get a huge amount of reward. So this is quite a controversial bet, no doubt at all. In my opinion, out of 5 companies which I am saying, maybe 4 other companies makes a lot of sense to you. Maybe if this company or you don't like it that much, it's absolutely fine, no problem. So this is obviously a controversial company at this particular point of time, but I'm taking the risk because at the end of the day, it is available at an extremely low valuation, and there is a huge potential for this particular company to grow. And also, in my opinion, promoters are also quite decent in the way that they are managing the things. That mean debt is coming down, profits are increasing, cash flows are increasing. So these kinds of income tax surge or raid, whatever you call it, I think it will be keep happening in different companies, and it's not new in any economy or any high growing company. So we need to somehow take these things also into the consideration. Then the next company for which also have done a separate video, Elpro International. So Elpro International organically is also a good company. They are doing some electrical components which goes into high voltage protection, this kind of something. Okay, but however, that is very small part of what Elpro is doing. So Elpro real job is investment. So many people, they don't understand it. And they are also having a lot of real estate as well, but real estate is lesser than 10% of whatever that they are doing it. I mean, they are more than 90% of this company. It is an equity investing company, or an a securities investing company. So Elpro, they have sold a huge amount of their shares in PNB MetLife, from which this company has generated almost closer to 1,000 crores. That's huge. In fact, the market cap itself is 1,291 crores, and this company already is having reserves of cash more than its market cap. So that means this company also should do well. I'm extremely optimistic about this company as well. It might be a laggard, it might move slow, but fundamentally it looks to be an extremely great company, considering the cash and the huge scale of cash that this company has got because of the investment which it has done a long time back. And then the last proposal from my side is Sirca Paints. Sirca Paints again is a relatively a small company in the paint sector, and in paint sector in India, especially Asian Paints or Berger, all these things are having extremely expensive valuation. So in comparison to that, if you still want quality, in my opinion, Sirca Paints is far better. It may not be majorly into the wall paints. Of course, it is majorly into the wood coatings, and especially if it's a North Indian leader in wood coatings, and fundamentals of the company looks great. It's a debt-free company. Fundamental promoter shareholdings are good. Profits are increasing. Sales are increasing. And most of the things are turning out to be good for this company, because the main raw material is they take it from Europe, I mean Italy, where there is a euro depreciation against rupee. That means for Sirca, they get raw materials at a lesser cost than it was before. So these things will definitely be an advantage for this particular company. And so these are all the 5 different ideas which I'm proposing from this Deepavali to the next Deepavali. Let's see how these things will perform individually. I'm also sure that everything, all 5 things may not perform, but even if 3 performs well out of 5, I'm extremely happy, because generally in stock market, if you lose 1x, but if you gain, there is no limit. It can be 2x, 5x, 10x, who knows, right? So we have to keep our fingers crossed, and I will be waiting for next Deepavali to see the performance of all these companies. So with these particular things, you can do your own research, because at the end of the day, it's about your risk and your reward. Let us meet you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.